Just making a point again, you can see a Monsterball there, and you can see a Droxus paintball. You can obviously see the Droxus one has faded a great deal, washed away, and that's what it's supposed to do when you get a lot of rain on it. The Monsterball is just made of a different substance, and I guess that's the point I'm trying to get across, is that they are chemically different, especially the fill, which is why a Monsterball will stay put a while longer. And a lot of you guys say, well, I want it to, you know, be sticky and show up, and that's not really what we're talking about. We're talking once it's dried, that Monsterball is just not going away. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't really care about what it does to the paintball force as much as the main point I'm trying to make there is that you're not getting the same thing when you pay for a paintball you'll get at any reputable field, or a monster paintball. Is just they're chemically different. The Monsterball is made to actually, to my knowledge, get harder the longer it sits on the shelf, and it's at least a year old when you get it. So not that I'm just on a slamming Monsterball fest, but most of your regular players, due to the hardness of a Monsterball, just absolutely hate playing against anyone with a Monsterball, because of the bruises and welts that it'll tend to leave. Just an interesting point I'll make. If you can see that's a Monsterball. You see how it has that, for one, it doesn't wash off. It pretty much stays on the bunkers. The animals won't eat them like they do the Droxus or the Pro Caps, but it pretty much stains, and you notice how it has that distinctive circle in the middle. That's because the shell is so hard that when it impacts, the paint it doesn't splatter like a normal paintball. You see a residue right here. You see how the paint's just pretty much all throughout the splatter mark. Whereas with the Monsterball there, the shell's so thick that it keeps any of the paint from impacting right in the middle where the shell's at. It all goes around where the shell's at. Just want to make that point. I mean, a lot of people bring Monsterball. We are an open paint field. We'd like to keep that, and we've considered outlawing Monsterball, but you know, you hate to have some kid show up with all he has Monsterball. They have no money to play with. You know, and then you essentially have to tell that kid he's got to sit out and watch the entire day. That's the battle we fight. You know, how do you gauge that? You know, usually we just try to keep them telling, hey, don't get close to people with that junk. You know, but we don't care if you bring paint from somewhere else. I mean, you pay entry fee. That's fine. We don't care if you want to bring paint in from somewhere else, but we'd really prefer it not be from a department store, whether it be Walmart's Monsterball or even the stuff that Pro Caps will make and sell to Dick's. You know, it's going to be cheaper for a reason. That's because they're making a thicker shell, so I don't have to take any loss on it.